What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTB Ravens Media. This is, of course, the Trust the Bank podcast. In between week 2 and 3 right now, obviously coming off of a big loss against the Miami Dolphins, previewing a big week against the New England Patriots. There's a lot to talk about. Joshua, we just signed JPP today, as well. So let's just talk about that initially. Jason Pierre-Paul in Baltimore. What do you think about that? What do you think about that move?
Man, I'm going to be honest with you. I know everybody's going to be like, we should have been called him up. But me personally, man, it's another old guy. I mean, yeah, we made a splash in the free agency in the offseason. I love that. But, we still, getting those antiques, I mean, yeah, he produced a little bit for the Buccaneers and everything like that. But how much can he produce in this defense? I mean, yes, we have Justin Houston. We have Jason Campbell. Calais Campbell, excuse me. My bad. Michael Pierce, veterans. I love my veterans. I love my veterans in the front seven, but at the end of the day, we still need some young juice guys. Me personally, I would have loved for us to actually move Jeremiah Moon up from the practice squad to the active roster. But hey, that's just me, being a fan, wishing for some of these young guys to get the opportunity and chance in this ailing defense that's still trying to figure out their identity. So me right now, with the Jason Pierre-Paul move, yeah, it's a good move for depth. But I just don't like to keep on. Let's open up our box. Let's blow the dust off. Let's see what we can find. And looky here, JPP, the nine-finger legend. That's who we can find to bring to the Ravens, and hope he can save us until we get Tyus Bowser and David Ojabo back. I mean, if he can help us till those guys come back, by all means, I'm fine with it. But me, I think I'm getting a little spoiled with us now getting more younger pieces to this defense.
I think having the young pieces is definitely important to this team. But you brought up the young guys. They're all hurt right now is the issue. And I don't think Jeremiah Moon is an NFL caliber player. He is not a player that I would want to see out there. Like, if you have him on the roster and you're like, okay, this is if someone goes down, you can throw him out there, be like, yeah, fine, whatever. But I do not want him out there getting meaning. I do not want to see Odafe Oweh sub out and see Jeremiah Moon running onto that football field, because that play, I know, guaranteed. I'm like, we're getting no pressure this play. This will not work. But Jason Pierre-Paul, I have some hope that he can at least get a little bit of pressure, beat a couple of guys, do a little bit of things until we get Tyus Bowser back, until we get David Ojabo, maybe in the second half of the season. I think it's a really good guy to have in the building where we can have him, right now get to work. And then, when we get those younger guy back, hey, you can take a back seat. And also, he and Justin Houston will be able to sub in and out with each other, which I think will be very beneficial, because I don't think there will be a lot of times where both of them are out there on the field rushing the passer at the same time. Sure. I think it's going to be sub them in, sub them out, and it'll actually give them more juice, right? Rather than having Justin Houston out there all the time. Yeah. Subbing in and out edge rushers, edge rushers are very different from offensive linemen. Offensive linemen, they're out there every single play. That would suck. Being an offensive lineman would be so brutal. The amount of energy that you have to go through. And then edge rushers, it's like, no, they sub in and out. No matter who they are, they sub in and out. Even TJ Watt subs out. And then you don't want to be the guy going up against TJ Watt after he subs back in because he just got 2 plays off. Watching primetime football this last week, I want to say it was Sunday Night Football, or the last time I watched the Cowboys game, maybe it was the 4 o'clock game. Micah Parsons subbing out on 3rd down. And it's like, Micah Parsons, he leads the leading sack. Why? Because the edge rushers need breaks.
Yep.
Now we're always going to have kind of a vet, savvy pass rusher out there across from the young, energetic guys. Maybe we throw Malik Harrison out on the edge. We obviously have Odafe Oweh. I think it's going to be an interesting 1-2 punch. But, I think also it wasn't a minimum signing, a minimum deal. So that I felt like was kind of interesting. Then, like, okay, wow, we paid a premium to get him to play for us, which I thought was relatively interesting that he didn't sign for a minimum deal.
It was like 1 year, 5.5, right?
Yeah, upwards of $5.5 million, which, you know what? If we have the money, let's at least use it to get somebody. But I think overall the deal is, okay, this is until we get our other guys back. Like, because let's say it's week 15 and we have an edge rush group of Odafe, Justin Houston, JPP, Tyus Bowser, and David Ojabo. I'm like, wow, that's really good edge rusher group. Problem is right now it's Adafe and it's Justin Houston, and then we have to wait for JPP to play his first game. So we're going to see what they end up doing, but I feel like it's a really good signing. It's the best signing I felt like they could have done to help this team in the now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't really argue with that. I mean, he was maybe one of the best available guys out there. I know D Ford, due to his injuries, he's pretty much on the borderline retirement, right? Because he did get released. So, I mean, he would have been the next best option, but due to his circumstance and his health, there's no reason for him to continue even playing right now. So, I mean, I definitely understand. I definitely get it. It's an insurance policy. It's an insurance policy. They went ahead and spent some money. He wasn't cheap about it. He wasn't cheap this offseason with, trying to target guys. So that we heard when it came to Bobby Wagner or Darius Smith, we heard, that they put out a good offer out there, but they just didn't bite. But everybody else that we end up picking up, they've been great additions. So, I mean, I definitely understand it. I definitely get it. I mean, hopefully, like you said, he got enough juice. He's switching it out with Justin Houston enough because after we see Justin for a strong maybe 1 to 3 plays. Next thing you know, he's still out there on the field, and he's losing his juice, which is understandable. He's 35. I get it. I totally get it, and I totally respect it. And the quarterbacks nowadays, they're more mobile. Tua showed that. And we actually said that too. So, hey, Jason Pierre-Paul, welcome to the Ravens. Welcome to the Ravens Nation, Ravens flock, man. Hopefully, you can be a great asset and a great corner piece to this defense and help us out.
100%. Because let's kind of talk about that Miami game.